Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas and all that. I had the entire day today in the garage for myself, and I was really looking forward for this because I got all the parts for the C25 and I really wanted to get it running and remove it from the driveway before Christmas because yeah, that would be nice. But then it started to snow, which is really fun, but it's not very fun to mess around with the 7 drive bells and pumps and Citroën stuff in the snow. So I dropped that idea. I have been driving around in the Panda in the snow and having a lot of fun. And then I thought maybe it's time to just begin to do some work on the rust on the Clio because, yeah, I'm actually beginning to forget the Clio because it's just over in the corner, even though it's pretty big and pretty easy to see. Then I have been working on so much other stuff. But this car is cool and I really wanted to drive again. And it's not even that big of a project. It's time to do something about this rust. I already started to cut out most of the bad rust. Let me take you a bit closer. This stuff in here consists of multiple plates on top of each other, and I have cut out everything that was bad. I have cut a little bit out of this one. Then I cut the piece behind the rocker panel off and dressed it up and did a bit of fixing on the metal plates behind that. And now everything seems solid. The jacking point is lucky for me, pretty solid, so I don't have to do... No, it was actually not that bad, but I have drilled out the spot wells, and the main reason why I did that is because I bought another one of these before really knowing if it needed to be changed, but it is actually not that bad. But the material in the bottom end that sees a lot of road grime and water is a bit thin in the material. So really I could have just left this on, but I bought another one, so I'm going to fit that today. And then I cut a new piece of metal that I have been messing around with, and it should fit right here now. The bottom end is not cut to a size just yet, but I will do that when it's attached. It's a bit easier, I think. So next step is actually to weld this on. I drilled some holes so I can spot weld it to the flanges of the thicker material inside. And yeah, this is the first step. I'm going to weld on this, and then afterwards I'm going to weld on the jacking point, and then the last stuff is to weld up this. And that will be all for today, I think, because the next bit is the rocker panel, which is a pretty easy thing because I bought another rocker panel, but it's not the same, but it's not exactly the same shape as this one because it's an original Clio rocker panel for the normal edition, and the 16 valve is a bit wider, and you cannot get that panel in the shops anywhere, so I will have to modify it. So this goes on to begin with. There we go, I got it tacked in place. I'm now going to fully weld it all along the seam. I'm not too worried about distortion because it's thick material and it's inside of here, so I'm not worried about it. I'm also going to plug weld it, and I'm going to take my time to just make sure nothing catches fire because there is a lot of rubber material, sealing material, and there's also a fuel tank. It's not close, it's not very close, but still it's a good idea to be extremely careful when welding. I got pressurized air ready to blow out any fires, and I also got a fire extinguisher, of course. But I'm gonna weld it up and take you back. So it's all welded up. Don't judge me too hard. I also welded on the, the jacking point and spot welded it onto the plate outside of here, so I think it will be good. Next up, I'm gonna clean it all up, make the welds look nice, and make room for the next plate that goes down here somewhere and up. Yeah. So the welds have been grinded down. My plan for today was actually to make this piece up here that goes, as far as I know, all the way to the edge down here, all the way up. That means that actually it ends up being 3 pieces of metal that is joined together down here. This, and the rocker. But I forgot to think about the fact that when this plate is welded on, then I can't really paint and protect the area behind it. That is what I'm going to do now with some epoxy primer, because one thing is to fix the rust and cut the rust away. That's important to stop rust, of course. Then it's important to weld in some new material. But an extremely important thing is to protect what you have done, because this is the area that will begin to rust next time. That means that next time I'm going to fix rust on this car, it will be further up. I would have to cut. So the importance of protecting your work is extremely important, actually. So I'm gonna paint that today and then make the next piece when another day. So this will be all the work that we will complete today, at least. But it is really nice to have, I won't say started the work on the Clio, because I have done work on it, because I have done stuff to it already on the other side. Actually, I don't even think I have showed you how much work I have done on the other side. But either way, it sort of fell. The project sort of disappeared into the back of my mind with the 106 and the C25 and all that. But the last few days driving the 106 has given me some motivation to get back on this project, because I think this car is going to be just as fun as the 106. Of course, in another way, it's a bit more, it's a bit heavier, I think. Maybe not, I don't even think it's that much heavier, but either way, it will be a bit more. I don't know. I just really want to drive this car, so I think it would be nice to not finish it up, but start working on it a bit more now. I think what I'm trying to say, I'm just happy that I began to work on this car. Another thing that is very important, of course, is to seal up all the seams and so on, so moisture is not able to get to them. That will be at a later state. Right now it's all about protecting the bare metal from beginning to rust, because it will do that very quickly. Amazingly quickly, actually. I will leave that to dry, and then next time I will do that next piece. I don't think I'm going to film that, but I think I'm going to make a video when I fit the outer skin rocker cover, because rocker panel, because that is going to be a challenge, because I have to open it up. That is going to be a challenge for me for sure. But this will be all for now. It's really good to be back on the Clio. I think I'm going to speed up on this project a little bit to get it at least down from the Autovip. The Autovip is really nice. Doing the kind of work I have done today will normally be extremely difficult, and today it's not that bad, so that's cool. Anyway, Merry Christmas and see you in the next one.